Hi, this is Dr. Laura from Laura's Wholesome Junk Food, and today we're going to take you to the farmer's market. Monique's going to be joining us. Hi. Monique's going to be joining us. And one of the things that's neat about the farmer's market is that you can get a lot of great fruits and vegetables. And today, Monique, what we're going to do is we're going to take $40 and we're going to show how much produce you can get with that. And by produce, that's pretty much anything that grows out of the ground. We're not usually talking meats or cheeses, even though you can sometimes get those at the market. Monique, do you know the difference between conventionally grown, non-spray, and organic?
I have an idea. You know, that one has no pesticide and then one does, right? And I mean, and then maybe one uses natural nutrients for fertilizer.
Conventional grown means you don't really know how it's grown, and it might be fine, it might not. A lot of the vendors here I'll ask, you'll hear me say, do you use sprays? And they say, no, we don't use sprays. So there's no pesticides. To become certified organic, a third party comes in and there's so many years that you haven't used pesticides. So I'm pretty happy with stuff that's non-spray. Sometimes I'll get organic too, but I do like shopping here because I get to meet the people who grow vegetables. And one thing I want to show everybody I used to carry very heavy bags. You'll be surprised what you can get for $40. These are bags you can use over and over again. You can get them, they're like little canvas bags. I usually bring 2, and then I also invested in this cart. It's about $30 at a hardware store, and a lot of the nice people will put it together for you for no charge. So I put these in there, and I stack my vegetables, so this way I can roll through the market and then just take the bags out of my cart and so let's go shopping.
Excellent.
Come on! Okay. One of the things people are aware of is trying to use less salt for cooking. And one of the great ways to season your food, Monique, is with limes or lemons. Do you use both or do you prefer one?
Depends. I use mostly lemons.
Okay. You choose these. You want to make sure that you can squeeze them a little bit because if they're really firm, the peel might be super thin. So these are limes. I'm going to get 5 limes. 5 limes for $1, and then they have... This says sweet lime. I don't think I want that. I'm going to come down here and get 5 lemons.
One more ham for $4. One more ham for $1. Oh, okay. 5 complexity.
So that's my seasoning for the week. That you can put on chicken, you can put on your steak, you can put on fish, you can put on vegetables. It makes everything taste really good. And I just set them. I set them in a bowl in my refrigerator, and it just reminds me to season. And sometimes I use it when I'm cooking, and sometimes I put it on something raw. And that's the other thing I want to say. When I come here, I say. So I want to keep in mind, have you keep in mind that a lot of the stuff you don't have to do any preparation with. You just wash or you peel it. It's very easy. So he's going to get. What do we have? We have carrots here. We have beets. We have celery, and we have some leaf lettuce and some parsley up there, broccoli and cauliflower. Let's keep going. Open at the farmer's market is if you want to try, because there's going to be about probably 3 or 4 green bean vendors here. So I like to try them. These are really good, and then I go back and I get my favorite strawberries or my favorite green beans. So let's keep shopping. Isn't it pretty here? Very pretty.
Right, you there. You're right. So we're gonna
Oh my gosh. Okay. They have these little baby watermelons. Now something, supposedly, it's the color of the skin and how hollow it is. So you're supposed to pick it up and look for something hollow. But when you don't have, I don't have confidence in picking watermelon, I'm going to ask one of the people here to help me pick 1 or 2 ripe watermelons to take home. What I'm looking for is darker stripes. And you're supposed to, supposedly, when you knock it, it's supposed to sound hollow. But once you cut open a watermelon, it doesn't ripen anymore. So if I get this home and it's not ripe, I'm kind of disappointed because I was looking forward to having it for my fruit for the week. So I'm going to ask for some help from the people who work here. Teaching. So this is, they put samples out here. How do you choose it?
it just has to be really firm.
Firm, and does it sound hollow?
Yeah.
Is that what you look for? Okay.
This is a good one.
Thank you. Can you take the second one for me?
Sure. This is excellent.
Is it good? So now if it's soft,
Those
does that
samples are
mean
really nice.
too?
It's just like it's not gonna be good in the inside.
Okay. See, these are both types of bok choy. Now these are all examples of vegetables that I actually would cook because the way I determine it is if they're hard to chew when they're raw, that's something that you should cook. So I'm gonna get a bunch of bok choy. Monique, you gonna get anything?
Yes, I will.
What are you gonna get? The rapini or the broccolini?
Probably gonna get. Actually, I'm gonna hold out because like I really want to get some kale.
You wanna get some kale? Okay, I'm in the mood for kale too, so we'll do that.
Okay.
White peach and cherries, huh?
Regular beef.
Okay, now I've looked at about 5 different cherry places. This is the place I'm going to buy the cherries. Cherries are shiny. They're firm to the touch, which means they're fresh. So these are, go around, try, see what's at the market. One day one vendor might have the best cherries, another day somebody else does. So you can try them and sample them and pick your favorite. So I'm going to this is going to be my special treat fruit for the week. I'm going to pick out probably a pound of these. So here's another great raw snack. You have peppers, so you have orange, yellow, red, and they actually don't have any green peppers today. And I'm going to be getting some avocados as well, because avocados I like to make my own guacamole, which we'll do on one of our next shows. So here's some nice treats here. Can you tell me when I'm out there?
2.6.
Okay, I'm going to get a little bit more.
Three samples. Very sweet.
Get seen in blue bar?
Three samples, throw one.
These are the cherries. These are my splurge. Every time I want to go have some candy or have something that's not good for me, I'm going to have some cherries. So these are about $10 worth of cherries. I spent 25% of my budget on that. Here's, Monique, how much is the kale?
$1 a piece.
$1 a piece. So up to $12, $17, $20, $22, $24, $29. This is $3, $32, $34, and green beans were $3. So I had $4 worth of change. So we spent $36 on this. Thank you for joining us, Laura.
Yeah.
Laura from Laura's House of Junk Food, helping you and your families to eat better on a budget. Well, we did this shopping trip with $40. Keep in mind that prices are different. Some stuff here in Los Angeles is a lot more expensive than in other places. Just like if you went shopping for in New York City, for your produce, it's going to cost more than Portland, Maine, which is where I'm from. So I encourage you just once for fun to go to your local farmer's market or a grocery store that you really enjoy going to, because something that's important is that you enjoy the place that you go shopping. You'll look forward to grocery shopping. And so enjoy it, go there, and try to acquire as much produce and see how much you can come home with. If I bought more lettuce or bought Swiss chard or bought a lot of bok choy, I would have probably about 4 times as much food to bring home. So go out with whatever your budget is set and have fun and buy yourself some little treats that you're going to look forward to having at home and enjoy your trip. Thank you.